My mother and my aunt and their whole family had a really strong history of heart disease. Both my aunt and my mother had cardiac bypass operations. And a year ago in February, I was noticing some shortness of breath, and I was actually working with the cardiac department at Wishart Hospital, and I spoke with one of the cardiologists and told her about my shortness of breath. And she knows that I'm a very active person and also a healthcare professional and take care of myself. So we did a stress test, and I ended up having a cardiac cath and had 3 stents placed in my heart. As I said, my mother's family has a history of bad hearts, and so I watched my mother and my aunt struggle with heart disease, and their brothers actually also. And I have a cousin who has she has atrial fibrillation, and I have 2 sisters that are heavy smokers, and I'm just kind of waiting for them to have a heart problem. I don't believe most women that understand heart disease. As a healthcare professional, I've kind of found that the average person doesn't really understand their health to begin with. And I think that a lot of people believe that heart disease is a male disease. And the other thing is that heart disease in women doesn't present like it presents in men. And even with my symptoms, I had no chest pain, it was only shortness of breath. So I think that oftentimes you go to the doctor and you have very vague symptoms, it gets brushed under the rug, or you're sort of put off as being, just a complainer, where you really do have cardiac issues. It's becoming a growing problem among the women in America, mostly a lot due to lifestyle. There's increasing obesity, there's heavy cigarette smoking. Both of those contribute to heart disease, and the fact that it's very subtle in women. And the more that women become informed on how heart disease presents in a woman, the subtleties of it. Actually, had I not been aware that shortness of breath was more of a symptom than chest pain, I might not have even said anything. So I think it's important to inform people.